Hey guys. Well, it's another day. I don't know what it is. We're in like day 38 or something like that of a national emergency. Something like that. Living in my car during a pandemic. How has it been? It was definitely rough initially because once the gyms closed and you had nowhere to shower, that was very challenging. I was able to navigate around that through finding some truck stops and just adapting. Humans adapt. Uh, and so I've kind of settled in. And the other challenge was the climate because I drove from Florida to New Jersey to be with my mom. So it was real nasty in New Jersey when I came here. So now it's kind of warming up a little bit as we get close to the month of May. So, living in your car is a primitive life. So your climate and your culture, your environment. I always tell you guys, what is an environment? It's climate and it's culture. So, climate really affects your quality of life living in a car. And the culture, what you see and the people you deal with affects you. Right? Like, so right now I'm in New Jersey. It's starting to be springtime where, like vegetation is coming back on the trees. Like right now there's a bird chirping outside my window. I don't know if you can hear it, but, so that makes it a little bit more pleasant. And I'm not in the belly of the beast. I mean, I'm not like, next to New York City right now. So, you know, being that you're outdoors more and you're more affected by the temperature and what you see because that's your house. I mean, I spend a very small percentage of my time in my car, but I would say during this pandemic, I've spent a lot more time in my car because it's become my office. Like usually I would work out of Starbucks because I would charge my electronics and I would use their free Wi-Fi and I would use their bathroom. So what I've done is I pretty much had to convert my car into an office. I've had to tether the Wi-Fi off my phone. I didn't know I could do that. So that's a pro tip for anyone living out of your car. If you have like an unlimited data plan or something like that, check with your carrier and your plan to see if you could tether the Wi-Fi off your phone. Meaning if you go to settings and you go to Wi-Fi connections, or if you go to just connections in your settings, there should be something that says mobile hotspot tether. If you turn that on, you should be able to allow your phone to be a beacon so that you can pick up Wi-Fi with your laptop from your phone. I have an unlimited Freedom Sprint plan, and I can get up to 50 gigabytes a month free. And even after 50 gigabytes a month, it's free, but it just will throttle or slow down the internet depending on where you're at. So the tethering of my Wi-Fi has allowed me to use my my laptop, my work laptop, my personal laptop for, what I need to be functional as an office. My inverter pack, my Gold Zero Yeti inverter pack, allows me to charge my phone, my laptop, etc. Now, again, this is basically like a battery pack, but this battery pack itself needs to be charged at times, and that's challenging. Truck stops have an outlet you can plug in. There's been some public parks that are still open that have electrical outlets. That's what I've been finding. So I used to charge this up every morning in Starbucks, so now I have to be a little bit more creative and innovative. So you have to keep your eye out for public electrical outlets that you could charge this. Or it also has a solar input that you could charge it, by leaving it outside, but that takes a lot longer when you charge it by solar. So I got my Wi-Fi off my phone. I got my inverter pack to charge my electronics. Obviously, if I turn on my car, I can get heating or air conditioning. And, you just buy a bottle of water, you get a lunch. I use kind of like my steering wheel to prop my laptop up and my phone up, which I'm kind of making this video on my desk right now. And, that's it. That's pretty much what you need for a functioning office. Now, I still have a pee jug, but there's still... What do I use for restrooms? My pee jug I mainly only use for night. So for restrooms, there's supermarkets. There's still a public bathroom in supermarkets. Gas stations, still a public bathroom. Of course, again, truck stops. And so they're still there. You just have to be a little bit more willing to go and get them. They're not as convenient. So you have a bathroom, you have your Wi-Fi in your car, you have your heating and cooling when you start your car, and if you're sitting outside of a supermarket tethering your phone, you're good to go, or a public park or something like that. So again, it's still very doable. You just have to be adaptive. Like, what's one of the number one things you need to live out of your car? You have to have an adaptive, flexible mindset. Have to be a little bit tough-minded, because there's some hard nights, especially with temperature. When you're in extreme temperatures in the middle of the winter up north, which I did. I lived in my car for 2 winters in New Jersey, and I lived in my car for a year and a half in Florida in 1 full summer, and that was very challenging. Spring and fall have the mild temperatures, and that's the easiest time to live out of your car. And right now we're just about like in the middle of, or just in the beginning of spring, so it's very easy. Because temperatures at night are very nice to sleep. It's cool, it's nice. All you need is a blanket or so. And during the day, it's, as long as you can get during the day above 50, you're good. And at night, as long as you don't go into the single digits, you're good. So, look, I am looking. One thing I've learned from this pandemic is that down the road, I'm probably going to want some type of home base. However, I'm also glad that I don't own in one sense, I'm glad I don't own a mortgage. I don't have a house. I don't have a mortgage. I don't pay property taxes. I don't pay utility bills. I don't have to worry about if this pandemic breaks out in a part of the country where I have a house, that my home prices will be affected, the job market will be affected. Flexibility is your number one asset living in your car. Lack of stability is your number one liability. And there's no doubt about it, nomads took a huge, huge hit during this epidemic. And it showed you that if you're not healthy, mind, body, and soul, living on the road will destroy you. It won't be pleasant. It'll be painful. So it's not for everyone, and it's not sustainable. And I am still looking to see maybe if I can get a good deal on a house or RV, something, in the future to add some stability while still being below my means. But either way, look, I'm just pushing forward. I'm thankful. The epidemic has caused people to reevaluate their life, whether spend more time with family or realize I don't like my family. There may be some divorces after this. I hope not, but at the same time, sometimes divorce is necessary. I've met, my YouTube channel is definitely growing a little bit with the pandemic, more people watching YouTube. But it's like everything in life, right? You be consistent, and you'll have times of growth, and then you have times of slow down. When I talk politics, sometimes I lose viewers. They just want to hear me talk about living out of a car. But I'll talk politics, sex, religion, because it's my life, and this channel's about me being me. And so I've seen throughout my 3 years on YouTube, my channel go up, down. And so it is what it is, But other than that, guys, I just want to give you a little morning video, light video. Not too heavy this morning, just to keep it light. Really, in one sense, working out of my car has taught me or given me a greater buffer from the public. Because living in your car, living in your car, you're in the public more because you need public resources. You need to go to Starbucks for your office, Planet Fitness for your gym, a place to sleep, etc. So, working out of my car has been a blessing because I've been shielded from the public. And I may need to continue to do that even as society opens up because, with social distancing and everything else, I don't even know if I'm going to want to work out of Starbucks again. And I've saved money buying, McDonald's coffee. And I've actually adapted to the taste of it. Not the same as Starbucks. Now, I still miss going to Starbucks because I used to like to flirt with the baristas and have some social connection. But I think for the next year, we're going to be wearing our face masks. So am I really going to enjoy going to Starbucks and flirting with a barista with a face mask on and she's got one on? Probably not. So, society has changed for the foreseeable future, man. I've changed and my habits have changed. And I'll change even when they reopen society a little bit. And I do believe that in one way or another, even if I continue to live on the road as a nomad, which I do enjoy to a big extent, I will at some point upgrade to a self-contained RV. Self-contained meaning it has its own bathroom, its own shower, its own kitchenette, and its own sleeping quarters. That with the Thousand Trails camping pass would give me a home without all the entanglements of a home. It's a little bit more of a burden to either tow a small travel trailer, or I don't know if I want a Class B yet, because I don't know if I want to lose the ability to DoorDash if, God forbid, I needed to. So that's always my debate there, but I'm looking at that. But I still do like living on the road. I mean, it has its ups and downs, but I've adapted now. And now as society opens up a little bit more, it's not an issue. But if it was hot, if it was 100 degrees right now and I was in my car and I couldn't go in the air conditioning in Starbucks, I'd be suffering. So right now, if you're a nomad and if you're in a climate that's very tough, I would recommend leaving it. Because, I don't know, man. When I was in Florida in the summer, I mean, I would still be in Florida if it wasn't for my mom, but I would have went to a campground and stayed at the Thousand Trails when this first started and never left. You can't go into a Thousand Trails now until after May when they reopen, because they're not accepting new reservations. So if I still had a campground and I had an electrical outlet, I could run an extension cord and run air conditioning in the car. That's what I would be doing right now. Because without having, Starbucks or a place to go where it's climate controlled during the day, it's very hot and uncomfortable. You could find a tree and shade and make it work, but that's what it is. But either way, guys, look, I feel good this morning. I was going to do a video about politics this morning because I see Donald Trump suspended immigration and all this other stuff. But I said, I'll leave that for another video or live feed or something like that. And just keep it light and give you guys some entertainment. Some light, peaceful entertainment, especially for all my nomads out there, those like when I talk about this lifestyle, the simple life. Do I still enjoy living the simple life? I like life simple, guys. I don't like complicated. It's a pain in the ass sometimes, and you need your health, physical and mental. But I like being as free as possible. That's true. Guys, if you appreciate my video, I appreciate if you click that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. Check out my playlist and my Patreon if you want to support the channel. And thank you for all the love. And God bless.